So as we get closer to the holidays here in America, in my case, Christmas, I definitely want to take a little bit of a slow week this week and make a simple video. And this simple video is what you're seeing right now, which is just a sort of channel update, the second one. Last one I had was about 3 months ago in September. So I thought I'd kind of reflect as we get also closer to the end of the year on the channel and what's kind of happened, because we're almost going to be on the year anniversary, which would be January 21st, but I still would like to reflect on 2025, and I'm going to be talking about 3 points in this video. It's going to be the past, the present, and the future. Now, there's not going to really be a sort of script. It's just going to be sort of me rambling, so I apologize if it doesn't sound like I've coordinated or collected my thoughts as well, but I think this is just more of a chill video, if anything, just to, again, reflect on a few things. And let's start off with the past, because I think I finally have figured out what's going to work for this channel and what's going to really help it. And a big part of that in play is Warframe. Now, I have a couple theories as to why YouTube picked Warframe over the stuff that I was doing months ago. Now, for those of you who have been longtime viewers, you'll know. But for those who haven't or don't know, what started this journey was sort of COD commentaries. And you can see in those previous videos, they were still doing fine, don't get me wrong, but you can tell there is a stark difference, specifically when it comes to the before and after, because before, I wasn't really averaging that many views. Like, I'd be lucky if I hit 1,000 views in a month, or 2,000 views in a month, rather. Now I'm hitting, going off this month, pretty much 10,000 views. So the path that I'm choosing right now is working. And I'm going to continue to sort of do that. But I'm also going to dip my toes into other fields that are similar to 3 games, which are going to be Warframe, Soulframe, and Destiny. More specifically, 1, but we'll touch on that later, because here's my theory. This goes all the way back to many moons ago. And what I mean by that is I literally mean about in the end of October and beginning of November of 2021, I posted 2 videos about me getting the Vex Mythoclast. And I think for whatever reason, YouTube just kind of latched onto those because they were both moderately successful, I think, but they also were topical, because then it leads into my most popular video on this channel, which is why I still play Destiny 1, which is now sitting at 18,000 views, almost 19,000 views. Now, unfortunately, I'm not really playing Destiny 1 anymore, but it's still topical. I still would love to play it. Maybe in the future I could continue to play it, but I think once those 3 videos kind of came out, and then also adding in there Warframe Gives Me Hope, which is around 1,500, I think YouTube kind of just latched on and said, these are your most popular videos, and I should have stuck to that. I just didn't see it, and I really was more experimenting and finding things that worked for me. And in the end, this is the way to go. And I definitely, like I said earlier, I will be dipping my toes into other games as time goes on, but for now at least, that's kind of where I want to take the channel, is these videos, these topical ideas. And also these weekly uploads, I think, also work better for me in my schedule, and also sort of formulating ideas. Because, to be honest, when I did the style before, months ago, I was starting to run out of ideas, and I really was just throwing things on the wall and seeing what sticks. So, not really the best sort of thing, but hey, it was experimenting. So all this has really been, this last almost year has been experimenting, finding out what my niche is and what's going to stick. So there is that. And then leading into the present, which I think this channel, even if I hadn't hit my 1K subscriber goal, or what I was kind of hoping personally by the end of the year, I still feel like we're making quite big headways in terms of the channel. Because, I mean, again, going from a couple months ago, averaging almost 2,000 views a month, more so at the absolute most, to now almost 10K views this month. I think we're in a good stretch. We're in a good position right now. So that has to warrant some, applause and success, at least to me. But I don't know if anybody else feels the same, but that's how I feel, at least, is that I'm still testing video ideas, experimenting, that kind of thing, using the sort of thing that YouTube has called A and B testing, where I test thumbnails and titles and see which one gauges the better, depending on the views, which has been a very helpful thing, because I'm going to be honest, sometimes I can't decide what thumbnail is good and what sort of headline would be good. So, but I like sort of doing these videos, and eventually I am going to have to segue away from Warframe for a bit, though I have some other ideas going into next year what they're going to be. It's just, I'm kind of still, again, experimenting, figuring things out, because I have big plans for the future, like years down the road, which I'll touch on towards the end of the video. But at least with the present, I'm happy with how things are now. And there are obviously improvements, which I'm hoping to implement. But at least for now, I'm happy where this is going. I'm happy that I've reached so many people, even if on such a smaller scale. So I just want to say thank you for all the support, all the comments you've made, even checking into my live streams every once in a while if you've done that. It really does mean a lot. And I hope in my videos it comes across that way. I do feel like maybe I do need to improve how I present myself, because I don't know, maybe this is just a me thing, but sometimes when I hear back on my recordings, I do feel kind of robotic, like I'm reading off of a script, and I'm not. It's usually bullet points that I sort of figure out and come up with, and then I sort of just go through it in my head and just let things come out as they come out, if that makes any sense. Like, I just let the words come out of me. Which now, leading into the future part of the video, so I don't get too lost in my own train of thought, is I do have some video ideas for next year, sort of reflecting on my journey playing Warframe, because this game, I cannot stress how much has been taking up my time and how immersed I'm getting into this game. And I still have not scratched every single nook and cranny of this game. Warframe, there is so much shit in this game. It's crazy to me. It's literally, if Destiny 2 had kept all their content, it'd be kind of like this for a new player. Though Destiny just removes their content. In this one, they don't. Mostly. I've learned from my videos and everything. They do kind of remove content and don't bring it back, but it's stuff that people don't either miss, or it just didn't pan out or work well enough. So there is a FOMO in this game, but it's not as large as Destiny 2. This was more experimenting. What they were doing in the community didn't really like it, it seems, or they just couldn't make it work, which is fine. You know, you can't just keep every nook and cranny content in there. But I'm going to still continue getting 1K subscribers, and I did kind of list what I'm hoping to improve with, you know, sort of my voice and how I project myself. But I do want to improve the engagements in the streams, because I'm going to be honest, it is starting to become a struggle to make these streams entertaining by myself. And I kind of attribute it to, again, not having many subscribers, so not many people are sort of tuning in. But also, I think Warframe, it really depends on the mood of the community, depending on how well it does live stream-wise, and sort of attention. I mean, I'm still getting some good views in the streams, but it does seem like people kind of put it on in the background, and that's kind of it. Which, I understand. Warframe isn't really the most engaging game when it comes to, because it is a grind fest sometimes, so it can't always be the most engaging. So I am thinking about maybe spicing it up a bit, changing it to, you know, maybe some different games or two or something. I don't know. I like I said, I don't want my channel to be stuck to Warframe forever, so I kind of want to slowly experiment and breach the bubble outward a bit. But that's going to be what next year is going to be about, because as I had said many months ago, and I'm sure with all the new viewers checking out this video, they don't know this, this channel is a 5-year journey, and we're now past the first year. Because when I first started uploading, I had just lost my job. It was literally a day after I lost my job, and I was motivated by someone I knew whose name I will leave up here because I can't remember it right now as I'm talking. He kind of got me to finally do something about the YouTube channel, because truth be told, I had always thought about doing it, but the real reason why I didn't do it, and I had a lot of good logical reasons. It wasn't like I was too scared or something. I literally was concerned about if I would actually grow on YouTube and get anywhere, considering the stories I've heard about how YouTube's adpocalypse has been kind of ripping things apart for YouTube content creators, to all the stories of YouTube not wanting to improve certain things. And now YouTube wants to use AI to moderate the process, which has been backfiring pretty badly. So I'm hoping as time goes on, this is going to be called out. I hope my channel never has that happen, and I hope nobody else has this happen. I hope YouTube doesn't completely rely on AI to moderate these kind of things, but AI is the now push that they're doing, and people are pushing back against it, which is understandable, but still, it's kind of a mess of things. But I'm still trying, and that's what the Rumble's for, as a backup, as well as, well, I mean, that's kind of pretty much it. I don't have any other sort of backups with me. I mean, I'd like to, but I did the poll, and many of you wanted a Q&A video instead of the Discord, which is fine. Setting up a Discord, I think, would be another idea in the future, and it's not necessarily an easy thing. It's something I would be interested in doing if you guys ask for it. But that could be another subscriber special down the road. But I'm hoping once I get past the 1K subscriber amount that YouTube might start pushing me more and more as sort of like a domino effect, because as I said earlier, this is a 5-year journey, and by the end of the 5 years, I want one of two things to happen. I either want to go up in a company and find myself in a position where I don't have to be scared of losing my job, which, funny enough, is actually kind of happening now. Sort of. I at least got rid of the part of being scared I'm going to lose my job. The people I work with, they're a great bunch all around, I would say. There's some rocks happening in the road, but I'm confident these will be addressed. But I don't see myself losing this job, thankfully. And if there are any issues, I would imagine it is communicated to me by my boss. Boss is a great guy. He's proven to me that he is a person that actually cares, which is so hard to find in the workforce these days, and I'm truly blessed by God to have been given this opportunity. And that's all I can really say. But the other ladder is, or I become self-employed in 5 years. It's one of these two things. Now, if it does go to the latter, the first route where I go up in his company and I take a bigger position, it would unfortunately mean I would have to dial back on YouTube and I'd have to focus more on that. It doesn't mean I would quit this channel outright, but I'd have to pivot and go a different direction. But that's in the future. I still don't want to give up on this channel or self-employment options because I want to have a backup. I want to have something to fall back on, even if it's just some extra money here and there. But it could, who knows where it could take me? Who knows? Because I have other ideas I'd like to do in the future, more bigger production videos. But I'm sort of learning editing as I go. I'm kind of taking this as a marathon, not a sprint. It's how I view life in general, is more of a marathon, not sprinting to the finish, because then you'll miss out on things as you sprint by, so to speak. So that's all I really have to say in this video. Thank you guys all for the love and support, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. There won't be a live stream this week. Most likely, maybe? I don't actually know. Just keep an eye out on the post tab, and maybe I'll have an update, but for the most part, I don't think I'm going to do a stream this week because it's Christmas, and I don't imagine many people are going to be tuning in. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next week with another video.